Good afternoon. Today I'm going to talk about my husband because I want to know if anyone else has these issues. He is on a level of having Asperger's. Now, that means he focuses on one thing and he's not very social. He doesn't really know how to verbalize very well, okay? So I made a list of a few things that he has said and commented on that I have to correct him and try to teach him how to communicate better, all right? I love him. I won't divorce him because of this. Don't worry. We've been married 28 or 9 years. I forgot. I gotta look that up. We got married in 1995. So you can figure out how many years. All right, and we've gotten along very well. I think we might be opposites because he's like really intellectual and smart because, you know, that's how they are. But then they're not on other issues. They, like, he can build a house, but he can't put batteries in the remote. He can, you know, talk about physics, but then he can't hear all. I'm just going to show you an example. For instance, we were in the car and we were picking up his stepdaughter. I mean, my stepdaughter. And her lipstick was kind of the wrong color. And, you know, I love her dearly. She's a beautiful girl. But it was kind of an orangey lipstick and a pink would have been better. So I mentioned to Jamie, oh, her lipstick's the wrong color. When she got in, what did he do? He said, Angela says your lipstick's the wrong color. I could have died. I said, Jamie, no, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. Don't say that. I could have died. So he does this a lot. Like, he always comes out. Like, we'll have a discussion in the bedroom about, you know, something in the family. And the next day he'll go down. Angela says that you shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, we both agreed and talked about it. It wasn't something to share. And then he gets me into trouble by saying that all the time. Angela says that you shouldn't be doing that. Angela says, here's another example. My son got remarried to this beautiful girl, and she had a couple of kids. They've since divorced, but, which is, you know, kids divorce, so we get used to it. I don't want to go into the history, but anyway. When she first married, she had these 2 kids, and you know, I have 6 kids and all these grandkids and everything, and so 2 more added to the whole crowd doesn't really affect me that much or anything, but I am partial to my own, I will say, because I grew with them babies and I loved them as little babies, rocking them, and I just know them really well, and they remind me of my children, like it's a mini baby of the son, or the daughter, same hair, and so you just, you know, and the new grandchildren, I didn't even know them yet, hardly. And so I was telling Jamie, oh, it's just hard to get to know the new grandchildren. So what does he say then when she came over? I wasn't there. I heard about it later. You'll have to understand, Angela favors her own grandchildren. She'll probably never love your children as much. So, of course, she hated me from then on. I felt so bad. That's not what I meant, Jamie. I meant I got to get to know those kids better and learn. You can't automatically love somebody just because your son loves the woman, you know? You know. All right, here's another thing he said wrong. All right, I know I order a lot of packages. I used to order from Amazon, but we live in a very small town and we don't have stores. So you have to order stuff to get it cheaper. And, you know, we have a grocery store and Family Dollar. So you can't buy shoes, a bra, or anything in our town. And it's cheaper. Our grocery store is very expensive, so it's cheaper to buy, you know, subscribe and save on Amazon. So I do that, so we get a lot of packages. Well, now he tells his children, he has 2 sons. He tells them, Angela just spends all the money all the time. She's spending, look at these packages, they just keep coming and coming. She's spending the money all the time. She's spending our money. Well, I am not spending all the money. We have plenty of money. It's either I buy the groceries and the toilet paper from Amazon. They mail it right to your door. Or you have to go down to the grocery store and buy it and bring it home. And, you know, it's easier, you know, ladies, it's easier just to order. But now his kids think that I'm spending all of Jamie's money and how he's complaining about it. So then there was a family discussion, and his children, his two sons, are just saying on Facebook, Angela's spending all my dad's money. Well, for number one, when you get married, it's your money together, right? And I do get a Social Security check of my own. I've always had money of my own coming in. So, you know, that hurts my feelings. I'm not spending his money, and I do have a grocery budget to spend on, and if I spend it on Amazon, that doesn't mean I'm spending all of Jamie's money. So that got me into trouble, and then they hated me because I'm like a gold digger spending all his money when we've been married 29 years. So I'm not a gold, my nose itches, sorry. I'm trying not to touch my hair, my face, we are all normal. We all have flaws. We all can be embarrassed by something. Here's another thing I have to tell you. I don't know if I should tell you this, but it is pretty funny. And the lady's dead now. But I was in the store, and my husband was, you know, he gets impatient. And so he went out of the store, standing in the front of the store. He told me about it. And he kind of had a male itch in the private part area. So he said he put his hand in his pocket to kind of itch a little. Well, then he looked up, and his high school friend he graduated with was sitting in the car, and she saw him doing that, and he was quite embarrassed. She's dead now, so it's okay if I tell the story, but I just had to laugh. I tell him, you know, you have to think there is always somebody watching. Don't ever think that you're total privacy. Somebody is always watching, which comes to how I learned that from my Susie Peterson story. When I was in grade school, Susie Peterson, I remember it totally well, 5th grade. She brought candy canes to put on the Christmas tree. And, you know, made it beautiful, but she donated them herself. Well, I came back from lunch one day, and, you know, back then, you only got candy, like, on holidays. You didn't get candy all the time. And no one was there, and there was a lot of candy canes, so I decided I could just steal one and then put it in my pocket and go eat it later, which I did. Well, I thought I got away with it. Nobody was in the room. Nobody was watching me. Then all the girls were in the public bathroom at the school, and she said, the candy canes are missing off the tree, and I saw Angela take one. I was mortified. Nobody saw me. From that moment on, I knew somebody is always watching you, no matter what. Don't think you're alone, because someone's always watching, even if it's God. You're not alone. And so at nighttime, when the windows are opened and it's dark outside, but it's light in here, and you can't see out there because it's dark, I always wave. And people will go, who are you waving at? I don't want them, whoever's out there looking at me, to know that I know they're out there looking at me. So I wave. They go, there's nobody looking at you. I said, we don't know, because I learned the lesson in 6th grade. All right, now I have to look at my list because my memory, I forget. The next thing, I've already mentioned this on one vlog. I hate that word vlog. Where'd they get that word and make it up at? I like to say video. On one other video I said this. We were, my husband and I, we were sitting at church, and he was staring at me, and I thought, oh, he loves me. He's looking at me, how good I look today, because it was Sunday. I, you know, went all out. When we got home, he goes, you know, I was staring at you during church. And I said, I know, I saw that. And I thought he was going to tell me, you look so good. And no, he didn't say that. What did he say? You are starting to look more and more like my grandmother. Thank you, Mr. Asberger. Thank you for telling me that. And I said, what part of that do you think I would want to hear? No, but no wife wants to hear they look like the grandmother, especially when they're trying to dye their hair and stay young looking. So anyway, I just took it for what it was, like always, and laugh and smile and say, that's Jamie for you. All right, today, this is the latest thing, and here is why I have my visual aid. Now, I painted this pink because it was white, but I have a pink. I always do this because of my bifocal. I can't see here, but if I do this, I could see you perfect. So if you think I'm weird, that's why. All right, see this, the Nutcracker? My husband told me this morning, you know, you're starting to look kind of like a Nutcracker. And I'm thinking, I look like a Nutcracker? And then he goes, yeah, your two lines right here on your face and how the jaw on the Nutcracker moves, that's how yours is looking. I'm sure you guys have all noticed it too. I just thought, Jamie, you're doing it again. Just leave. And he goes, we were in the bedroom. I said, leave. He goes, what? I said, leave. I said, don't look at me because I look like a Nutcracker, so maybe you don't want to stare at me. Just leave. He goes, well, I still love you. I said, fine, just leave. Well, I got mileage out of it, though. He started the dishwasher. I know he was doing it because he made me feel bad. He has never started the dishwasher, only a few times when I had hip surgery and I couldn't do it. So I might use it all day today, honey. Did you ever get a compliment like that you look like a Nutcracker? But you know, my son, the school teacher, he collects Nutcrackers, so he likes them. So I know he's always going to like me. All right, so that's my life, living with someone on the spectrum of being an asberger. Maybe it's autism. Who knows? He's never been diagnosed.